Alright, I'm going to try my absolute very best to show you how I do breadboard in. And I understand if you have a better way of doing it. I understand if you have a different way of doing it. This is the way I do it. This is my shop. I paid for this shop. I can do it however the hell I want. That's the rules. Alright? Come tell me otherwise if you'd like. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm going to show you how I do it. I'm not very good at the whole tutorial thing and showing and teaching, but there may be some voiceover because I forget to say some things, but wish me luck. I'm trying not to sound like one of those annoying tutorial guys, so bear with me. As you can see, this is super fine lumber, but it doesn't matter what you're using, it's the same process either way. A breakdown of why we need breadboard ends. Why can't you just Craig screw it together? Why can't you just glue it on there? The thing is, wood likes to expand across the grain. Okay, so with climate change, it shrinks, it contracts, it comes together, it goes together. That's just the way wood works. If you don't believe me, build something with screws and let me know what it looks like in a year. I learned the hard way, so I try to teach everyone I can the way I do it. So naturally, this table's going to want to expand and contract in and out this way. Long ways, it doesn't move as much, not enough to worry about. All these are tight. Tight, tight, tight into the table. Stick them in there, glue them, let them dry, don't touch them. If you don't let them dry, they'll pull out when you do your draw pins. I'll get to that later. Mortise these in halfway, glue them, let them sit. I like to use tape up top to let me know where my reference point's at. Set it on there. Transfer your marks. All right? Easy. Okay, so now you got your marks transferred. Middle, tight. I like to make it a T. I put my mark, I put my T, and that reminds me, don't make a loose mortise. These are loose mortise. This is loose mortise. If there was 100 other boards on this table, they would all be loose mortise. The middle is a tight mortise. It has to be tight. Basically, you want all the pressure going from the inside of the table, you want to push out. So the middle needs to be tight, and it's going to push from there. All right, so where I stand right now, tight, loose, loose. I usually set it up there. I put a mark, maybe a little past halfway. I drill my hole all the way through. I use a 1/2-inch hole, Forstner bit. So that's where I'm at right now, now that we're all cut up. So now I got both ends on. This is another key step you don't want to forget. Before you go drilling your holes in your tenons, make sure everything's tight. So now I'm going to take the same Forstner bit, which is completely roasted and dull, stick it into the hole. That little point on the end, that's going to transfer my center mark. Leave your breadboards long. It makes it easier to take them on and off, and then you can flush everything when you're done. You'll see where I punched that hole through. Sharpen my pencil. When I go to drill that, I want to put that a little bit forward. Just a hair forward. When I sink that draw pin in, it's going to pull it towards the table. It's going to keep it tight. Don't do a lot because then you're going to force it. But make sure that mark is a little bit forward. Got all my holes drilled, and now I'm going to oblong the outside holes. Now, again, it's my way of doing it. I've seen better ways of doing it. Cleaner, nicer, probably way more professional, but this is my way of doing it. You only want to oblong any outside. Your middle does not get oblong, your outsides do. I put a nice bevel on them, which I have the super fancy operation here, but it works. Only glue the center, in the hole, around the hole. Tighten everything back down to the way it was before you drilled the holes. It should go in with a little bit of force. Not too much, but you want a little bit. That way It means it's pulling that together. Again, glue the center. The outsides, only glue the very top. You don't want it inside the hole, just kind of on top to keep that pin in there. Tape. That is a super tight breadboard end. A few things I do different on a little bit nicer tables. Clearly, I want to use sacrificial pieces on the ends, so I'm not dinging them up. You can buy a tapered draw pin plug, I believe is what it's called, or a tapered bit. So where your hole's tapered going in. There's a couple other nicer things you can do, but for farmhouse tables, using the DF700 is beautiful. I've done probably 30 tables using it, and it works great. So, like I said, that's my way of doing it. Hope this helps somebody out there. If it helps one person, then it was worth taking the time to do it. So, thanks for playing along.